of March. We are on iHeartRadio. Simply download the app to your smartphone or tablet. Take us with you wherever you are. You can also go to WVON.com and participate in the daily listener poll and view our latest video. And you can call us direct at 773-591-1690. We are talking about the Republican convention, or trying to stop Trump, as some people are trying to do, with two experts on the issue. We're so pleased to have them both with us again. We have Republican consultant Richard Spare. We have from Ohio. We have our good friends from Indiana, of course, Attorney Abdul Hakim Shabazz, both involved with Republican politics, both of color, which we're happy to have them with us. Gentlemen, thank you. We're going right to the call, okay?
Okay.
Okay. On the Gold Coast, go right ahead.
Hey, Cliff, how are you? Long time listener. This is Mike. I've always loved you. Chairman is the understatement. But I wanted to say something to your guest. Be very concerned. Donald Trump hasn't mentioned anything about sending any black people anywhere. As a matter of fact, he's been reaching out to African Americans. I'm a stone Donald Trump supporter, and I'm the CEO of a private equity firm, and I'm amazed at the amount of African Americans around this country that are supporting Trump quietly. And I think more people are going to come out as the campaign moves on. And I'd just like to say to both of you guests, watch out, because you're watching the next president of the United States of America. The Republican establishment can't stop it. They're jealous because they know he's going to make changes that are going to take dollars out of their pocket, because he's for the people. He's not for filling their pockets. A very good friend of mine is close to the lieutenant governor in Texas, and he told me a couple of months ago that's what they're afraid of. The big donors are afraid that if he does what he says as far as deporting these people, it'll take away cheap labor from them. So this is all about money. Okay?
Okay, good point.
Hey.
Okay, Mike, thank you.
Hey, God bless the brother, man. I think, everybody has a free will, but my problem with Trump is when you going after the Hispanics and you're going after the Muslims and you're going after women, it's only a matter of time before you get us. So to me, God bless you, brother. I wish I could, have rosy colored glasses like that, but simply I think you own that narcotic, Anna. I think you need to get off of it, man, because Trump is nuts.
And as somebody who deals in facts and data, I have yet to see where this groundswell of African American support is for Donald Trump. If anything, his support is in the 4 to 12% range, maybe, and that's on a good day. So if there's African American support for Donald Trump, I got to deal in data and facts, so I would love to see it.
Okay, let's take another call for our guest from South Shore. Thank you for holding, Greg.
Good afternoon, Chris. It's been 100 years since I've talked to you, but after you and your guest. You know what? That brother called, he might know dollars and cents, but he know no sense. He has no sense. If he added to that delusional thing of Donald Trump and black folk. But I digress on that. I'm talking about Hillary. I don't like Hillary, and I'll tell you why.
How about that, Greg? We're keeping it just to the Republican situation today.
Okay, what I'm saying is, he's delusional as far as, when they talk about these people will go to war with Iran or some country like that. And if that happened, I want to see all three of his sons, his daughters, and anybody else shooting up to all 5 branches of the military. Because if he going over there trying to start wars like him and Terry Crews or anybody else would do, then we all going to have to suffer the consequences of people like that, but that type of mindset,
Okay, thank you. They already sent his son. Did they send him some kind of white powder or something?
I don't know. I didn't hear that. But to me, Donald Trump would never send his children to never go, because dying in army is for the poor folks, the poor black boys and the poor farm boys. So they ain't going, and I know it.
No, that's true. That wouldn't happen. Let's go to Elijah in his car. Elijah, go right ahead. How you doing? How you doing? Good. Go right ahead, sir.
I believe that Donald Trump is a rich man version of Archie Bunker. I've always said this. And but his politics is sort of like Herbert Hoover. And I think this is where he's going. And if he becomes the president, I believe you will see a Herbert Hoover type in there. And I just want to know what you think about it, and thank you for letting me speak my mind. Okay, it's fun. I will stand up actually in defense of Archie Bunker. As somebody who went to college to study television and radio, and I remember watching an interview with Norman Lear, who created All in the Family. Archie Bunker was not necessarily a bigot. Archie Bunker was just a guy who was afraid. Yeah. Because his world was changing and he wasn't used to it. And that's where a lot of the Trump support comes from. It's a lot of these working class, predominantly white, not very necessarily well educated, who always work with their hands. And for so long, they never saw themselves at the bottom of the economic ladder because they could always point to African Americans or Latinos or somebody else. Now they find themselves at the bottom and they're kind of scared. You know what gets me, Consuelo, was when he made the statement, I love poorly educated people. I couldn't believe he said that. I love poorly educated people. That was exactly what he said. After he won somewhere, I said, yeah, I guess you do love them. They're the ones that vote for you.
Not only is Donald Trump Archie Bunker, but he also is Johnny from the Karate Kid, Dracula, and every other villain that ever lived in movies. That's who he is, man.
See, even Dracula was a good guy. They fell in love. You guys are something. Let me ask you this. Richard, what do you hope happens? You obviously are not for Trump.
Man, I don't know, man. I'm kind of, for the first time in my life, I'm 45 years old. First time I voted was in 92, for president, and I'm kind of totally stuck. I might honestly write in the Reverend Martin Luther King, because I don't know what to do, man. Wow. We just got to pray, because I'm not voting for her. She's the wickedest woman alive. I saw Brother Farrakhan talking, in an interview, somebody put it online, and he called her wicked, and I was like, yeah, I agree with him on that. And the Trump, I ain't messing with him either, man, so I don't know. So I look at it like this. I've always voted Republican pretty much for president. Now, I vote, other down ticket different. I vote for Democrats then, but by and large, I pretty much, most of the way. But I just don't know what to do, man. So pray. You got some advice for me, Cliff? Hey, don't forget, tell Michelle. Michelle Obama, did you have any advice for your true servant?
I'm going to do that. That's what we're going to talk. We're going to do that. Okay, I'm not forgetting you, Richard. What would you do if he becomes the nominee? I'll make this real quick because I got to get upstairs. Got a show to do in about 15 minutes and some change. Okay. Whenever I get asked, Abdul, if it came down to Hillary or Donald Trump, who would you vote for? I tell everybody I'd vote for Trudeau because I'd be in Canada. Wow, that's great. Okay. Abdul, you've got to go? Yeah, I've got to run upstairs and I got a radio show. Give us a quick statement. I know you do. We usually have to go. Give us a quick closing statement. Just a real quick thing. I see a contested primary. I do not use the term open because what Republicans are trying to do is sort of soften what's going to happen, call it an open contest. No, it's going to be contested. It's going to be ugly. And I would not be surprised if it is Chicago 1968 all over again. And Trump has already said that there'd be a riot if they tried to cheat him out of the nomination. He said that. Yep. He said there will be a riot. Consuelo, thank you as always. Appreciate it. Okay. No problem. Richard, it's a pleasure to meet you, sir. And I'll try to look you up on Facebook and email so you and I can stay in touch and chat.
Hey, nice to meet you. Pleasure.
Okay. Great. Absolutely. Wonderful. Richard, what do you think about his comment that there'll be a riot?
I don't think so. What I see is, Republicans, the army is kind of like the German army. I ain't going to say Nazi, but they're kind of like the German army, and they follow orders. So people are starting to send out messages. Like, I watched Sean Hannity and the madman Giuliani was on yesterday, and they're basically saying, okay, everybody calm down. Do you want Trump or do you want Hillary? So Republicans, it'll take a couple months, and some people had to work out their deals where they're going to go. But what they're going to do is they're going to all fall in line, and they're going to just try to do it. They'll fall behind him. I don't think it'll be a conflict because he has too many voters. And they would all be out on their butt. I don't think they'll do it.
I got you. Okay. All right, Richard Thayer is with us. We're going to come back and take more calls. And right after this, stay with us. We'll be back in a minute. More intelligent conversations with the governor of talk radio. Your phone calls, traffic, and weather.